This isn't very cohesive so far. I can at least appreciate the VAs, but like, I don't even know what's going on.
A royal jelly who to the what now? It's a reality show.
Did they just say reality show? Yeah, this is not the same world. It looks like it, but it's not. That wasn't the thing.
It's the saltiest competition that ever called itself
What?
sweet.
And then potions can just do things. I don't know. Like, I know potions were gonna be a huge thing, but they weren't even properly introduced. I'm really confused. Potions can transmit your thoughts. I mean, it's not like you don't already have magic, Twilight. What? What is happening? Why did Rarity just jump and get scared? Why? What's going on? Stop her for what? Like, what? I still don't understand. It's just they just sort of decided to start helping Pinkie Pie because they didn't like Pinkie Pie's simple approach to auditioning for a reality show. Okay. Hold on. Was there ever any lipstick in MLP before? I don't, because ponies don't really have human lips. You're at the same thing again. Like, what? Okay. Was she though? She's upside down enough for you, Twilight. There's just one more recipe I want to try. Has Fluttershy said anything yet? I don't remember Fluttershy saying anything. Okay, so part 2 is just episode 2. Alright. So this is our 2-part premiere, guys. Instead of it being 44 minutes, it's 10 and a half, I think. Or almost 11 minutes.
You got this. No way you look like a silly filly. No pressure. Oh, okay. No pressure.
I'm so confused. I'm confused.
Maybe.
Again, it's going so fast. There's a computer and mouse there? You gotta be kidding me. I don't like how different and the same this is. I think I'd be happier if this wasn't using the same characters, to be honest. In the same universe, but not really.
You can't get up and leave this kitchen until you finish your dessert.
Why would... what?
Literally, none of us can.
We have to eat for Pinkie.
So I guess horror magic don't exist. It's all potions? Because Twilight could just... in FIM, she'd be able to just teleport out of that.
Is so raw. It's raw, beautiful television. Oh, and not only that, this is the best cake I've ever taken a dainty little bite of. Oh, you must be on the show.
I saw the fake out coming a mile away, but she just said television. I think she said that in the trailer too, I guess, but... I just think those were like trailer words that they just make them say for the preview. This is actually part of the show.
I tried to make you do things the way I do them when you were doing them perfectly.
So they're putting a lesson on this, but there's so little time to even present Twilight's mindset as to fixing Pinkie's problem. Supposedly had a problem. And your potion gags now. Okay. I don't get the potions. Oh. Boulder Media. Okay, I've heard of Boulder before. Alright. So, obviously, I don't know, I obviously I didn't fully enjoy that. I just was confused. And was shocked for how things kind of were just there when they clearly shouldn't have been there in FIM. In FIM's context. Obviously, like, I get it. This is supposed to be a new or alternate universe, but it's really jarring when they still use the same characters that were in a universe that never had technology, where they had TVs, computer, and mice. Like, what? Why would a pony world have this? Like, if they wanted to push television, maybe I could buy that. But, I don't know. Like, this isn't in FIM. Okay, so the plot was just fast. It just zoomed by. Obviously, this is a 10-minute episode when this probably shouldn't be. They needed to be that fast so that they can make the pacing fast, because that's what they want. They want it to be a fast-paced show, like Teen Titans Go, probably. I haven't watched Teen Titans in a long time, so I can't say for sure if it's anything like it now. Like, I don't remember it much. But the vibes I get is just, it's fast-paced. It's hard to really keep up. I can't imagine kids actually keeping track of what's going on. They won't get bored, surely. Their attention span's not going to wander off, but I don't know if they'll get it either. So, yeah, the initial plot where Twilight wanted to stop Pinkie from doing her method of just auditioning, she just sort of compulsively decided, I need to help her, and I don't really understand why, because it was never really explained. She just said, let's just make her not do it the way she wants to do it. It just seems, I don't know, it lacks any sort of depth. It was just a decision she made for no inherent reason. And predictably, after all that, it just didn't work. Like, it was obviously setting up for failure within the first 60 seconds or less of the episode starting. And it just became kind of predictable from there, so I was kind of watching it. Kind of just like, okay, this is just how it's going to go. It's not going to surprise me in terms of plot, and it didn't. Like, I saw every beat. At least in terms of the main plot, there are some weird things that I didn't quite understand. Like, again, like some of the backdrop props, and like not really sure why Twilight couldn't like zap herself away, like teleport herself away from being stuck in the food. And also the emotional bit with Pinkie Pie was really fast. I kind of missed it. She just all of a sudden was upset, and I don't know what motivated her to see the issue if she hadn't seen the issue before with how the friends have been helping her. I kind of missed that. Did it act? I don't know. Was that ever clear? I might need to watch the episode again, but it just happened so fast. I couldn't tell what was happening. She was all of a sudden sad once the bakery exploded or whatever. I don't know what happened. And the potions. Like I said earlier, I don't get it. Like, obviously, the potions are probably just there for the toys. It's like a neat little gimmick. Hey, look, Pinkie Pie has potions now. Doesn't make any sort of sense. But, here it is. Buy her toys. Even though we can't ever really make it make sense in this world. Especially considering they have no room to flesh out any sort of lore or any sort of context or reason as to why all this stuff is the way it is. Unlike FIM. As this show continues to air, I can't possibly see this really expanding on much. It's just gonna be wacky antics all the time. Of course, it's not entirely fair for me to say that, but that's kind of what I see it being. So I will still watch the future episodes. I'll still give them a shot, but I just sort of expect it to just be wacky antics all the time. Things going by fast where it doesn't make sense. Incohesive. I said that at the very start, when it was like Pinkie Pie making that cake and it just exploded, and Pinkie Pie exploded too. It was just random, incohesive animation. I didn't know what was going on. I can't get into this. Like, if this was my first time ever watching MLP in any sort of forum, I wouldn't be hooked, unlike how it was with FIM. The start of FIM had me hooked because it surprised me. It had a surprising amount of depth, and it was darker than I was expecting for the first, premiere episode with Nightmare Moon and such. And while the plot itself in the first, whole season of FIM was still, pretty simple, it was still catching my interest because it was still surprising me with how a children's cartoon can actually have so much depth, have a lot of interesting lore. Even if the writing was still pretty kiddie back then, it was still interesting. But this, I don't get any of that. And the main reason for that is that, it's a really... 2 episodes. 2 episodes, so it's technically a 2-parter, so they're kind of the same episode, but total, it's 11 minutes plus intro, or 10.5 minutes plus intro. I mean, I guess the upside of... voice crack. I guess the upside of using like the original characters that we all know is that they don't have to reintroduce them again, I guess. Even though the lore rules are different, the characters and the voices are still the same, so I guess they don't need to spend time reintroducing them. We already know who they are, because there's a whole 9 seasons worth of content that goes over how those characters are. Though they might not be quite the same here, but I mean, at least you aren't completely unfamiliar with what you're seeing, even if it's not all going to be the same anyway. I don't know, man. Yeah, this is just a weird direction for MLP to take. I know this isn't Gen 5. Like, Gen 5 is still way down the line. They're still, like, planning a lot of things for that, I'm pretty sure. It's not meant to be the kind of show that would have the same amount of impact as the main generation would. Like, the main FIM would. So yeah, this isn't Gen 5. Gen 5, I would hope, would keep what FIM was good at. Being its plot, its lore, its character writing, music, overarching plots, the heart of the show, the good messages. I want to stress, again, the heart of the show was one of my favorite parts, but anyway, I just hope Gen 5 isn't going to be this. I didn't really like this show. It's hard to point at this. I don't really like this, for the reasons I said throughout this entire summary of my opinion, because I wouldn't have gotten into this. If this is my first time watching it, I probably would just stop. I would just say, okay, this is just a kid's show. It's a big bunch of nothing, basically. That would be my first impression. But since I still really want to give this a fair shot, I still want to see if this goes anywhere that's more cohesive, hopefully. I'll stick around, see what this is all about. But obviously I can't see much. I can't predict, I can't imagine this being any better than what this couple of episodes were. So, doesn't mean I won't give it a shot. It's just, I can't see it happening. Anyway, with that said, I guess I'll go and end it here. I already said what I needed to say, so I'll just cut it here. I will see you guys later.